Hello and welcome to this Trades and Tutorials video. So I'm putting this video out because it's a perfect follow-up for a video that I put out earlier in the week for our holiday special series. Now, if you haven't seen that, I'll put a link below this video. The video I'm referring to specifically in that series is the one that identifies or tells you how to identify when we're going to have a trend up day or trend down day in the overall market. Now, in this particular case, this video is going to be about why buying UNP down near the low of the day made a lot of sense yesterday, and why if you bought it here doing the same thing, trying to buy against the low of the day, you could have seen the fact that the break down here was coming. All right, so look, everybody likes to show you examples of where everything works out great, but this is actually an example of how precise and calculating you can be in terms of managing your risk when you understand two very simple concepts. One, is it a big trend day in the overall markets? And like I said, that's covered in the other video with the link below this one. And two, how is my particular stock acting relative to the trend day or the choppy day? So let's get right into it. So UNP, the reason I'm picking UNP is not completely out of the blue. I just did a training session for members of the holiday special, and we talked about UNP in particular, as well as buying opening range reversals. So UNP happens to be a stock that is in a good position in terms of our triple play indicators, also another component of the holiday special. So this is one you're going to look at with a bullish bias. As a result, when it gapped up yesterday, and you can see the SPYs gapped up yesterday too, this was in a position to look for a buy on weakness. Now, the red line here is the opening range low, 30-minute opening range low. And when you understand how the opening range works, you look for a strong stock that pulls back to below or directly on the opening range and then gives you an opening range reversal pattern. And in doing this, you're able to buy against the low of the day, buy near the low of the day, put a stop under the low of the day, and you have a really tight risk. If you're a day trader, this works out great if it just goes back up to the high of the day. If you're a swing trader, in the case of UNP, you're just getting in with the expectation that the move is just getting started. Now, keep in mind what happened yesterday in the overall market. The market gapped higher and started to run. So the idea that you could buy UNP on a little bit of weakness and have it close in your favor at the end of the day is perfect, especially in the context of the potential, although it didn't happen, for the SPYs and the other indexes to continue their move higher, and in which case you would have been in UNP near the low of the day. Now, this becomes even more valuable when you get a day like today. I mean, how many times do you feel like, oh, I've gotten in great, or the market looks like it's taken off, and then immediately it turns around and reverses, and you get a day like today where even it opened higher, even when it opens higher, it winds up selling off pretty significantly. Now, if you're not in the right stocks, this big sell-off can really hurt. But if, for example, you're trading UNP, it doesn't really hurt. And in fact, you could tell with precision what UNP was thinking, and here's why. First of all, buyer in here, or at least that's where you're looking to be a potential buyer, and you go home with a slight profit. The next day, today, when the SPYs and everything else opens higher, UNP actually opens above the high of the prior day, so it's stronger. And then when it pulls back to the low of its opening range, it bounces, where the SPYs hardly bounce at all. But here's one of the lessons of this particular video, and that is if you find a situation where you've got the high, here's the high of yesterday, right? And the market breaks that high, it really should hold above that high. It shouldn't come back below it. Now, in the case of UNP, it does get pulled back down below it, and that's your first warning sign. But the real warning sign is twofold. One, when it rallies back up, it can't get back over the high of the prior day. And two, you've got the general market now breaking below its low of the opening range. It's got pretty much a confirmed opening range breakdown. That's a negative. It's even more negative when you've got more than just the SPYs breaking down and you've got a trend day. Again, if you haven't seen the video on the trend days, I encourage you to go check that out. When you get that and then you see UNP, or the stock you're focused on, breaking down below its opening range low, now you know this is not a day to be looking long, even in a strong stock. It couldn't get back up over the prior day's high. It's breaking below the opening range in a confirmed way. It's time to either get out if you tried to buy it in here, or even if you tried to buy the breakout here, or even if you bought it here. But any one of these options, you're getting out in a controlled way, anywhere from a no loss to a small loss, whereas the SPYs have actually had a big loss. They're trading under their prior day's low. All right. Meanwhile, you're still, or UNP is just trading down near that prior day low. So if you use the opening range, you know these simple patterns, and you combine it with what the overall market is doing. And in this case today, as I keep saying, strong trend down day. You want to stay away from the longs. You want to focus on the shorts. And remember, the reason we're focused on UNP as a long is because it's got a strong triple play. I'm not going to cover that in this video, but again, if you want to learn more about that, go to the link that I'll put below this video for our special holiday package. All right, so use the opening range to control your risk. Use the opening range to tell you whether or not it's a serious down day in the overall markets, and you will be way ahead of the average trader, and you'll be able to trade with a lot more confidence. I like to describe it almost like driving, and today was a perfect example. Like I said, UNP breaks out to new highs, pulls back, holds its 30-minute opening range, but can't get back over that key level. As soon as it starts to roll over, you pretty much know it's in trouble. And when it confirms on the downside, you know it's in trouble, especially when you've got the overall market in a trend down day. Really, it's quite straightforward once you understand a few rules. Hope that helps. I'll see you in the next video. Hope you also have time to check out the triple play videos that will not be available for much longer.